Hello everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Avernum 6. Last episode we dealt with a bunch of ogres over here, including their chieftain, and then reported back to the castle, where we have been promoted and are now under the command of Levitt, the spy master, who has told us to head out into the abyss. Apparently, Melanchion, who you may remember from the last game, has come up into this area and sent an envoy who has gone missing. But, before we go into the spire and deal with things here, I want to finish off this little corner here. So I'm going to go explore in Mertis and see if we can deal with things around the spire and in the honeycomb. So first things first, let's stop in Mertis and see what's going on. And of course, start with exploring around the outside, because that's what I do. Looks like they started a wall. I do remember they were actually working on a wall. You enter the farming village of Mertis, now almost abandoned in the face of the blight. Mertis is partially surrounded by a thick stone wall. Looks like work has continued on it on and off for decades. It's still far from complete, and it will probably never be finished. Many of the houses are boarded up and abandoned. The streets are empty except for a few soldiers at the west end of town. It's a sad sight. These merchants are preparing a caravan bearing supplies to the front against the Slith horde. They don't have any time to talk to you. They're in a hurry. Well, dear me. There's a camp of soldiers sitting around this fire, keeping a close watch on the wide, dark tunnel to the west. One of them, a sergeant, gets up to greet you. Don't see many faces out in this end of town. Most of them head right through, going to the eastern gallery. I'm Sergeant Brandy. I'm in charge here until they send someone with a higher rank. What can I do for you? How big is your garrison here? You're looking at most of it. Enough to keep the town secure, not much more. Any soldier we can spare is going to hold off the Slith horde. How are things going up north? You'd probably know better than me. All we get is gossip and rumors, and those are more false than true, as you well know. Can I get any supplies? Sorry, orders from above. We don't get much, but we can keep what we have. Oh wait, it's a she. Manliest looking woman I may have ever heard of, or met. Sergeant Brandy sits and watches the entrance to the honeycomb. She occasionally takes a swig of bitter lichen tea to keep alert. What are you watching? She points to the west. That is the honeycomb. It's a maze, full of monsters and thugs. More the former than the latter lately. Sometimes they come out and we have to kill them. Where are they coming from? Well, we don't know. My guess is something is breeding them, or making them. Maybe a Slith horde supply, or Empire agents, or a dragon. Those are just guesses. We get a lot of free time to think about these things. Have you sent in any scouts? A few, but we tell them to be careful because we don't have many to spare. None of them have seen anything of note yet. What I'd really like to know more about is the Dragon's Gate, but we haven't been able to get anyone there yet. The Dragon's Gate? There's this old enchanted gate left behind by some dragon that used to live in the honeycomb. Nobody can get it open that we know of. It's to the northwest. We'll definitely keep our eye open for it. Anything I can do for you? I don't have the authority to give orders to you, but I'm sure there are other people in town who'd be happy to waste your time. Yeah, I'm sure. At least the wall they built here is intact. Right. As I do, look around the outside, and just about done. A clumsily scrawled note reads, Murdoch, we lost you while passing by the Great Portal. We are going on to Silvar. Please meet us there. Nazil. P.S. Anyone who knows of Murdoch and tells us will be rewarded. We of Mertis need a scout to enter the honeycomb, find the Dragon Gate, and evaluate it. Return the information to Mayor Aaron. A generous bounty will be paid. The Dragon Gate is thought to be in the northwest quadrant of the honeycomb. The surrounding tunnels are heavily infested with monsters. Be warned. A bounty will be paid for anyone who can kill 10 of the hideous wolf monsters roaming the honeycomb. These creatures are very fast and very dangerous. The bounty can be collected from Sergeant Brandy, stationed at the west end of Mertis. Simple enough. Murdoch. I wonder if we did find him. This man is almost a caricature of a sage. He is surrounded by research notes, bookshelves, and piles of scrolls heaped on his desk and on the floor around him, though the skulls and bones add a somewhat eerie tint to it. When you enter, he seems confused and annoyed. What are you doing here? What do you want? I am very busy. So much... well, maybe I can get use out of you. I'm Sage Path. I study the undead spiral. I'd like to know more about Mertis. Go talk to Aaron. He's in the next building over. The shrine. I am studying the spiral. I need to learn as much as I can before we're evacuated. You're going to be evacuated? They haven't announced it, but it's only a matter of time. Famella first, now Kotra and Fort Dranlon. Soon we'll have to flee the Slithurikai too, so time is short. What else do you need? I'm sure I have only so much time to study the spiral before we're all evacuated. Time is always so short. Tell me about the undead spiral. The scourge of Mertis, but a boon to sages. It's not far to the northeast, a nexus of haunting and raw magic, with the ability to bring any corpse nearby to unlife. Fortunately, its dark magic has been restrained. How is the spiral created? It is a great mystery. We believe that an early expedition to Avernum was trapped and slain there. Their spirits, combined with natural magic infusing the tunnels, combined to create... something. It is powerful and self-sustaining. Not an intelligence, but a presence. Very nasty if we hadn't restrained it. And it attacked Mertis? No, it isn't intelligent enough for that. It animated the bones and bodies of the recently buried. These wandered at random, attacking all they saw. Happily, Mertis was able to deal with the problem for many years before the wards were placed. Tell me about the wards. 4 magic circles which tamp down the raw power in the tunnels. Hold it back, smooth it out. Keep it from reaching out to any pile of bones it can find. Created with great effort and difficulty, I can tell you. They hold, though I have some concerns. Concerns? How? I worry that the wards only hold the pressure in and let it build, and one day it will explode. There have been no signs of that happening so far, but I am watching very carefully. He points at the racks of scrolls. And I keep careful records. Those must be the wards we were told to disrupt by Gladwell. I really don't want to do that. Can you teach me any magic? He points, annoyed at his books and scrolls. Do any of those look like a spell book? They all kind of do, actually. You want to learn magic? The tower colony is to the south. Do you need any assistance? I actually do. I constantly send people to check the 4 wards in the spiral, to make sure they are intact. Alas, the soldiers I used for that job were sent to watch the honeycomb instead. I'll pay you if you check the circles for me. It is an easy job. What do I need to do? Just go to the undead spiral, descend into it, inspect the 4 magic circles. They're big, you can't miss them. They should be intact and glowing slightly. Once you see that they're all right, return to me. Is there any danger? Who can tell? It might be lethal. That's why we have to keep a close eye on it. That's definitely something we can inspect. Merchant, it looks like. This shop, inside a dome of carefully carved stone blocks, has traded with local farmers and passing caravans for many years. Thanks to the soldiers and refugees on the roads, it is still doing a brisk business. The shopkeeper thinks nothing of having a soldier enter her shop. She briskly takes care of you. Welcome to the Crossroad Trading Post. I am Saskia. As I'm sure you expected, we buy and sell gear here. New and quality used. Let me know what you need. Well, tell me about Mertis. She shrugs, unenthusiastic about discussing recent events. What you see here is what you get. It's pretty sorry, I know. Things have been rough lately. You'd be better off talking to the mayor or the sergeant. How have things been rough? Oh, it's the honeycomb. It's a long story. The mayor can tell you more. Or Sergeant Brandy. Where are they? The mayor is in the temple just across the way. The sergeant is usually at the guard post at the west end of town. There's nothing you can tell me? I don't spread rumors. I get in too much trouble that way. I'm just a shopkeeper. Well, things are quiet now, so I can help you personally. What do you need? Don't hesitate to ask any questions. It's all good gear, inspected by me personally. Quite a bit of stuff. Some decent, I suppose, but nothing we need. I suppose you can sell those gauntlets. Thank you for your time. That's actually... okay. That door is locked. That door is not. Wisdom crystal. How useful. Alright, nothing else back there. And this is what? inn? Doesn't look like an inn. Ah, there's someone. There is a withered old farmer sitting at this table, tending to a small potted plant. He leans close to it, snipping off gray and withered bits with a pair of scissors. He approaches the job with great quiet and intensity. When it's done, he looks up at you.
Ah, a soldier. I'm Maxfield, just a farmer, but I could use your help if you have a few minutes. I keep asking the sergeant for assistance, but she doesn't take me as serious as she should.
What are you working on?
Breeding. I'm trying to come up with a plant that can grow food for Avernum. Something to replace what we've lost. It's not only mages that can do this work. I don't even think they're the best at it.
Have you had any success?
None. Oh sure, I bred a tree that grows fruit slightly faster than the one before, but that's not enough for the problem we face.
You don't think the mages can defeat the blight?
No, I think simple skill and persistence might do it, but not magic. You wouldn't know it to look at me, but I'm the one who bred a mushroom resistant to 2 of the other blights we've faced.
There have been other blights?
Of course! You raise a crop, eventually a sickness will come along to afflict it. And so you breed a better sort. I've bred new mushrooms twice. No help from those fancy mages. But the mushroom blight we have now, it's faster and nastier than anyone I've seen before. Nobody's been able to do a thing to stop it.
Where do you think it came from?
Who knows? These things just appear. No reason to try to find a cause to it. Not everything is made by wizards, and not everything is solved by wizards. That's what I say.
I suppose. Maxfield continues to look over his plants, watching for signs of disease or budding fruit.
You never know which strain might be the one that saves us all.
Can I buy some food?
None to spare. I'm not that sort of farmer. I'm more of a breeder now.
You mentioned needing my help.
I do. One of my breeding experiments in my workshop went, a little wrong. Then while I was trying to fix it, some monsters slipped in there. I'll unlock the door for you. I need someone to kill the wolf things, whatever they are. Don't hurt the plants, I'll take care of them.
Where is your shed? He points to the northeast.
Next building over.
Monsters? Where did they come from?
They came out of the honeycomb. Been a lot of that happening. The soldiers get most of them. But...
What would happen if I damaged the plants?
They would explode. I don't know why every one of my breeds that goes wrong ends up exploding. But that's how it always seems to work out.
Really? They explode. We'll try not to hurt them, if possible. Shouldn't be too hard, I hope. Church of the Prevailing Righteousness. The aging priest in this shrine bears 2 insignia. He wears the crossed blade symbol of his faith and the mayor's traditional purple sash. For the few who remain here, he is obviously a figure of great importance.
Welcome, fellow warrior,
he says, and passes a short sword hanging from his belt.
I am Mayor Aaron of the Church of Prevailing Righteousness. Our doors are always open to Avernum's warriors. I can heal or otherwise aid you as needed. We all must work together. Mertis is, as always, beset by foes.
Tell me about Mertis.
We are a farming village, as you can see. Always modest, never having a great role in the affairs of Avernum. We feed the people, we are proud, and we keep to ourselves. We have always had troubles, but we dealt with them. And then the blight came, and I fear our story is ending.
What sort of troubles have you had?
Mertis has always been between the honeycomb and the undead spiral. Once a labyrinth beloved by brigands, foul beasts, and once even a dragon. The other a cursed catacomb constantly spawning undead. It has taken great courage to stay here. Fortunately, that is something my people have never lacked.
There was a dragon here once? Really?
Yes. The mighty Avernum once lived deep within the honeycomb. The beast left decades ago.
How many people are left?
Just a few. Refugees, soldiers, a few tenacious farmers. Most of the rest wander Avernum looking for sustenance. A few use the portal when that was still an option. And some of us remain protecting this vital road and hoping things get better.
You think Mertis will never recover?
I think Avernum will never recover. We asked too much of these caves, filled them with too many people, tried to make them too civilized, and the caves are rejecting us. It will never be the way it was.
What is the Church of Prevailing Righteousness?
I could tell you much. How we believe in honor and battle and fighting for what is right. But I have always been a poor speaker. If you want to learn more of us, speak with Abbot Erlanger in Almaria. I have always been one for action, not words. Assuming, of course, Erlanger is still in charge.
Erlanger might not be there anymore?
Some time ago, a few pups passed through here, thinking to unseat him. They came to me for help. They received none. They think they can defeat him and take control of the Almarian people. I hope Erlanger shows them mercy.
We already dealt with that, actually. Right. I could use your assistance.
Of course. I can heal you. I can also teach you a few spells to defend yourself on the road.
Spells! Heal, mass healing, and mass curing. Well, we can improve some of these. Improve mass healing and improve heal. I think that works. Mass curing will improve sometime in the future. Mertis is under attack?
Unfortunately so. Monsters and brigands have always wandered out of the honeycomb to the west, but lately there have been more attacks. Bizarre, twisted creatures. Young, fresh, as if recently created. I am sure that there is someone or something out there making the creatures. For what mad purpose I cannot imagine. We have little to spare here, but I would give much to whomever could find and destroy whoever is attacking us. But be warned, I believe that this is a very difficult quest.
Have you sent scouts into the honeycomb?
Yes, what few we could spare. They found more of the creatures that have attacked us, but they could not get far enough into the tunnels to say with authority who is back there.
And nobody has contacted you?
No, nobody. No extortion, no demands, just mindless attacks. It is madness and mad times.
Any suggestion of where I should look in the honeycomb?
There is a place. It is called the Dragon's Gate in the northwest. It is the entrance to where the dragon Athron once lived. It is enchanted, and it closed years ago, and we haven't been able to open it since. I tried to get the scouts to go there, but they couldn't reach it safely.
Any idea how I might get that gate open?
Not from the front. You would need to find a way to get behind it. That might be very difficult. You might need to reach it from an entirely different direction.
We'll keep our eyes open, and we'll definitely do what we can. Now, a bit of exploration in here. Some coins, curing potion. And it looks like we can dispel this. Yes, and we get a curing elixir. 3 wisdom crystals, almost enough. And we got, steel breastplate. Can sell those swords. Sell those swamp boots and a speed burst scroll. Not bad. Right, back to exploring. This house has been abandoned. So I see. This house has also been abandoned. Not much in here. Oh, there's a lovely crystal we can sell. Healing elixir and some coins, all left behind. The Mertis arms. There's an innkeeper sitting behind the counter. This inn looks like it has seen many customers over the years. Travelers, soldiers, merchants. It's almost empty now. It will probably never be full again. The innkeeper is absolutely despondent. She looks up at you with tired eyes.
Ah, a customer. One of the last. I am Mora. Care for a drink or a meal? I can still do that much.
Business is poor.
Business is done. There's nobody on the road but soldiers and refugees. One doesn't stay in inns, and the other can't afford it.
You don't think business will ever recover?
I think Avernum will die. If the Great Portal is ever repaired, I'll be one of the first on the road there. And if the portal isn't repaired, we'll all die. Either way, not good for business.
This inn has been open for a long time. For a moment, you see a flicker of a smile.
The Mertis arms. A proud history. So many stories. No. No dwelling on the past. I have to face the future.
Mara stares down at the counter, lost in a deep depression. You eventually get her attention again.
Oh, yes. What do you want?
Can I get a room?
You're a soldier. Your lot doesn't stay in inns. I don't need charity.
Can I see the menu? Oh, she does have some food, but nothing we need. That's all I need. She gives a tiny nod, but she says nothing as you walk off. Oh, there's a room over here. but nothing we need. There are two refugees muttering to each other across this table. When you get close, they become very quiet until you go away. Only one other building left. And nobody is actually in here. Odd. Maybe that's where the, yeah, I think that might be what the mayor's room is supposed to be. Excuse me. Alright, so down here is where we're supposed to go for this particular quest. Yeah, we got enough time, we can take care of this. This is a small botany workshop. Someone is hard at work breeding mushrooms in the hope of developing one resistant to the blight. The current crop, however, looks dangerous. They are bulging, hideous fungus full of volatile gas. There's a strong methane smell in the air. A careless blow could result in a massive explosion. Well then, we will be very careful not to strike any of these things. Well, there are the hostile wolves. Let's let them come to us. No area spells. At all. Useful as it would be. That did a lot of damage. There we go. Alright. Give a hit to that wolf. You give a bigger hit to that wolf. Beautiful. Give a little healing. And a fireball. There's probably some more wolves in here somewhere. I was right. There's one more. Alright. I mean, we could have done this the quick and easy way and just fired a shot to make everything explode and kill all the wolves in one quick swoop. But that would ruin everything. No point in that. Nothing in there. Some energetic herbs. And nothing else, it looks like. Well, that was a simple enough task. Right in here. All those wolf things are dead, Maxfield.
Good, good.
He unlocks a box by the north wall.
I have some extra supplies in there. Help yourself. I'll take care of those exploding plants sooner or later.
Do you need any more help?
I need a lot of help, but not from you. A host of sages and mages, maybe, with Erica raised from the dead for good measure.
Lovely. Oh, it must be this one. Blessed gauntlets, some coins, and a curing elixir. And I don't think we really need the gauntlets, so we got a bunch of stuff we can sell to you. That, and that. Beautiful. Alright, that appears to be everything in the town of Mertis. Before we head west into the, honeycomb, let's take a look to the east, see what we can find. Maybe look in the, spiral itself. That'll be in the next episode, so until then, I am Chester44, that is Ortas, Michael, Amar, and Rika. This has been an Avernum 6 Let's Play, and I shall see you all next time.